Adam, I said something, excuse me, very similar only 5 or 10 minutes ago. I think it would be a tragedy for the horse.
Yeah, there's absolutely no question about that. In fact, in a lot of ways, it'd be a replica of what we saw with Double Identity last year. Let's hope that he can get into at least the top 3 tonight, Sokiola. He's going well enough, according to Lance Justice. To Canorama, we've spoken about him. He needs a huge performance tonight after galloping on night 1. Went to the trials, and performed well on Sunday. All Heart, I think, is the value runner in this heat. Ran home in 55.8. Terrific run night 1. And what about Brian Hancock earlier on? He gave us a pretty good push for Selby Bromack tonight. He's drawn wide, Sam, but Brian seemed to think that he could cause an upset here with the right sort of luck.
I think Brian Hancock can almost do anything when it comes to the Inter-Dominion, going on earlier results through
Peggy
this
Dale.
series. It's incredible.
No, seriously, who is Peggy Dale?
Well, he last spotted at Bulleye, Adam.
Yeah, it was ideal leader form. Then again, Torpedo last year was last spotted at Forbes or something, wasn't it, before it made the Inter-Dominion final?
Well, we digress. I do really genuinely agree with you on Sokiola, but it's about having to perform during the series, and it has been a long season for Sokiola. It really has, and I guess you can't burn the candle at both ends. I'm not sure he's had much of a break since the Mildura Cup 12 months ago, but I guess Heart is definitely with Sokiola. My selection in the race is All Heart. I think even at the $10, he's wonderful odds. He was much longer pre-post earlier in the week, and well, not earlier in the week, Sunday actually, and I had something of it, so hopefully I can be right. But the mobile has moved into position. Good luck, whoever you have supported in this race. As Adam has mentioned, the most open for the night, the most intriguing. It's been fantastic all the way through. Here's John Hunt.
Sokiola at $5.30 with the awkward draw tonight, but the great record. $8.50 to Canorama, and about $10 the Kiwi All Heart. Horses like Nat's Nifty around the 15 to 1 mark, along with Denver Gold. Sokiola, he must score big tonight. Second favourite for a long time in Inter-Dominion discussions. A lot of people will be riding on the result of his performance this evening. He needs to run in the first 3 at least. They're set to go. There's the green light. They're underway now, faking it, driven for speed. So too Nat's Nifty. He's not being hunted along too hard, faking it, however, getting its ears driven off. Sand Pebbles can't go with them, and Fox O'Shaughnessy's chiming in wide out. Buck the Odds is going forward, but he's not going to find the lead early, and IO from the extreme outside also charging. Faking it, finally gets across to the pegs. Nat's Nifty takes the trail. Fox O'Shaughnessy goes through in the middle, and he'll let Buck the Odds go forward to the breeze. IO trapped out 3 wide, and then Sand Pebbles reining back, and Sokiola is going to dive up on the inside. It'll be 3 back the peg, settling down a length away. All Heart covers Final Quest, and then the SA Cup winner Selby Bromack. He settles down 3rd from last in advance of Denver Gold, and a length and a half to Canorama at the back of the field. Lead time 36.9. That is low flying, and faking it has fired up. He is hard on the steel and wants to over-race in front. He's 2.5 lengths on Nat's Nifty. Ahead away 3rd is Buck the Odds, and a length off and 3 wide IO. And he will sleep very well indeed. Fox O'Shaughnessy in the middle. Sokiola's back on the inside. Well, the tempo will suit him if he gets the clear run. A length and a half to Sand Pebbles covers Final Quest. Denver Gold needs to score heavily as well. He too should be sweeping them at the end with this pace on. Wide out to Canorama. The Golden Nugget winner starts a run from All Heart, and Selby Bromack back to the rear of the field. First quarter in 30.6. Gary Hall Jr. trying to steady the ship with faking it. He's bobbing along hard on the steel at the bell, but he's a little more settled now. 29.8 that quarter, the half, 60 and 4. He leads by 1 length on Buck the Odds, who certainly worked overtime. Nat's Nifty getting a lovely run. A length away to Fox O'Shaughnessy. Sokiola still can't get clear. Out 3 deep on the course. to Canorama's done it very tough. And then Sand Pebbles, Final Quest, well back All Heart, Denver Gold. And last of all, Selby Bromack, bar IO, who's dropped out of it very quickly inside the 350, 28.6 that quarter. And they still haven't got Faking It. A length away on the outside is Buck the Odds. Nats Nifty looking for room to move. So too is Justice. He's climbing all over them with Sokiola, but he can't get out at the moment. Then to Canorama, and down the outside is All Heart Faking It. Now he's under pressure. There's a rails run for Nats Nifty. To Canorama down the outside. He grabs the lead. Soki out late flying, but to Canorama won the heat. To Canorama. Now Sokiola flew. He got second. Oh, Justice will be wiping the sweat from his brow. Nats Nifty close up, and Denver Gold flew. In behind them came Faking It. The pulling hard early told at the finish. Close up was Selby Bromack, Buck the Odds, then Final Quest, Sand Pebbles was one of the last to finish with All Heart, then Fox O'Shaughnessy, and tailed off was IO. Number 5 is first to Canorama. This has been some run. He's been 3 deep a long time in the race, and it's been a wonderful staying effort by him. He was an aberration first night when he galloped. Sent back to trials. 4 wide at the bell he was tonight, and he has just kept on coming at them, and it's a magnificent performance. The last half in 57.5, the last quarter 28.9. That was the most keenly contested heat in general terms, with the depth in that race of the series so far. Great race. Number 5 to Canorama. Back into calculations, the Nugget winner. Great effort. Graham Watts has got a huge opinion of this horse, as many people have.
Okay, 5, 10 and 1. What a win. What a wonderful, wonderful win. That horse broke on Friday night when making a run 3 wide. He ended up towards the tail of the field. He was ordered to go back to the trials. He did that. He recorded a 2-minute rate at the trials. You wouldn't have thought an ideal situation when talking about going into the second round of the Inter-Dominion, and then to make matters worse, he had to cover a lot of extra ground without cover. Just a wonderful performance by a horse having just his 14th race start. To Canorama, Graham Watts has maintained this is the best horse he's ever sat behind, and it's fair enough to say that at this stage, who could argue with him? Faking It, who was a winner on night 1, pulled very hard tonight, ultimately finished in 6th place. So I'll get those first 6 numbers. 56.5 is the mile rate, 156.5. And the first 6 across the line I should be able to get for you. Obviously 5, 10 and 1, and we'll bring you those numbers when I get back to the semaphore board. At this stage we have the horses coming back to scale, and I would imagine a pretty happy and excited Graham Watts, and well done to him. Those famous colours. This might very well turn out to be a famous victory, because he has now gone from being completely on the canvas to right on target to get through to the Inter-Dominion. Of course, he went through the first night with 4 points. That was what you got if you ran last. He now has 16 points on top of that, which is 20. Needs about 7 or 8 on Friday night, which means about probably a top 3 or top 4 finish. Of course, Graham's father and grandfather have both tasted success in the Inter-Dominion, and Graham believes he certainly has the horse to add to that family tally this year. Now 5, 10, 1, 8, 6 and then 2. I think you'll find other numbers there. There's Colin Watts congratulating his son Graham. They embrace. Wonderful footage. And Matt Babbage is about to speak to Graham Watts. We might be able to link into this commentary. Let's go trackside.
He lacks, that's on his 14th race start, he lacks the race experience and the hustle bustle that all these horses are used to on a week in, week out season basis. So, you know, after the other night, you know, I had some trouble with him and they made me trial Sunday, and I didn't particularly look forward to that, but he got through okay, and he's sort of done well since the Nugget, but this track's just not banked like we're used to in Sydney, and he's a lot harder to drive here than what he is back home. But I had to throw a bit of caution to the wind tonight because we're so far down on the points, and he's never let me down, and he's never let me down in a fair income speed race. Like tonight, the speed was on, and any race he's been in like that, he's never let me down.
You know, this horse here, you must have your heart in your mouth at some sort of stage, because this horse got that far back. They were going helter-skelter up front, but the 57 and a piece last half just seems to be absolutely awesome.
Well, he just lacks that gate speed. He seems to like to balance and go through his gears, so to speak. He's a long striding sort of horse, and he's got that to learn. But I wanted to get him round tonight, so consequently I had to make sure he balanced up well. And when the horse was stuck 3 wide, I could see it, everyone else getting underneath it, and everyone having to wait their turn to get underneath it. So I thought I better draw first blood there and get going. So I had to ask a lot of him tonight, and he stood up for me.
Yeah, on the home turn, how confident were you?
I thought I had it won at the 400. I was more worried about Lance getting on me back, but I knew I had to get him around the last turn, so I couldn't hang back too far. But Lance was the one I was worried about. I believe they had him beat.
Good on you, mate. Congratulations. You can go take a sigh of relief and look out for the next round of heats.
Yeah, it's the Inter-Dominion. It's the ups and downs of it, I guess.
Certainly is. Well done, Graham. Graham Watts, he takes out heat number 6 of the Ross North Inter-Dominion with T. Canorama.
Yeah, that was Matt Babbage trackside. Thank you to him, and fantastic forward to Canorama and the Watts family. The Moonee Valley 8th is our next.
Another of the big players in one of our key heats tonight, certainly, Sam, is Tim Butt. He trains Mr. DG. A very content Tim Butt after night 1 as well. Wonderful start to the series.
Yeah, it was good to get maximum points first up, and it means he's settled in well and he raced terrific.
Male is he's absolutely thrived since the race as well.
You know, he's done pretty well. You know, it wasn't an overly hard run for him, and, you know, he's come through it well, and everything's on track for tonight, and just a tough draw.
Johnny Keller was raving about how good he felt in the race. You know, for a horse who's probably had to work hard to win a lot of his races, it's nice to see him hit the line with a fair bit up the sleeve.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I know John can get carried away now and again, but no,
he doesn't have the pressure of driving him anymore, does he?
Well, he can put the pressure back on Anthony, and no, but he said he felt terrific, and that's the main thing for us. And, you know, you've got to get to the line with a bit up your sleeve if you can.
What everybody wants to know tonight is tactics from barrier 9. On face value, it looks a bad draw, but it's also dangerous to go back at this track.
Yeah, well, it is. You've got to be handy on this track, as you saw in that last heat, and, you know, he'll have to come out of the gate quietly and just see where he ends up, and double identity leads, it's going to be a tough trip for him, but, you know, we've got to be up there to get points.
You're buoyed by the fact that everybody's saying there's not a lot of gate speed in the middle row of this front row, like from the fact you might be able to get 3 or 4 wide fairly quickly?
Well, hopefully, yeah, that's what we're aiming for. But Napoleon's drawn 2 on the second line, and he keeps up pretty good, so he might push through as well. So, but as I say, you've got to be up there handy, otherwise you're going to get to nothing.
Pretty impressed with Joe Fess earlier on in the night?
Oh, he's a tough old campaigner, isn't he, once he gets to the lead, and those horses are going to come through with this series, especially in the second and third heats.
Everybody was talking about the Falcon Strike's defeat, but I think anyone who would can him on that run must be delusional.
Oh, no, I think he's, you know, still a horse to beat, and when it comes to the final, when he has a week off and in between races, I think he'll freshen up, and, you know, it's just going to be racing luck that wins the final.
You're as confident as anyone for the remainder of this series with your guy?
Yeah, I'm confident in the horse's condition, you know what I mean. He's in the right nick, he's seasoned, and just a matter of having a bit of racing luck.
Fantastic. Good luck tonight, mate.
Thanks a lot.
There he is, Tim Butt, joining us with Mr. DG. He's got a dreadful draw, but he was fantastic on night 1. I wouldn't be surprised if he repeated the dose tonight.
Yes, Adam, for sure and certain. Just finalising the dividends.
Believed on guys on courses. Jump in, Lance. Join us. How did you feel going into that last bend? 3 back on the fence and start in the Inter-Dominion final up for grabs, but in your eyes, maybe out for grabs.
Well, I was counting them. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 horses, and I'm thinking 8th. I've got to get through here somewhere, and just had no space. Just had to keep squeezing out, and I was so relieved when I made that bit of room at the halfway down the straight and let him run, and he flew to run second. So
there's no sprint lanes or anything like that at Gloucester Park. It was real lap of the god stuff there. That's Inter-Dominion, I guess, the tenseness of an Inter-Dominion. It's very, very best for a driver.
That's when you said the pressure was on before. That's when the pressure's on, and that's heartbreak stuff if you don't get through, and I just thank God that I got through. So
how tight were those gaps?
I don't think I've been in as tight a position for that as that for a long, long time, and I tell you what, she was tight.
The relief in the last 50 metres when you got into daylight and you knew you couldn't win, but you were passing them rapidly?
I feel like I've won the heat already, and congratulations to Graham Watts and his family. It was fantastic that they won it. But
you're back on track now. Now, I won't say the pressure's off. It never is in the Inter-Dominion, but that's a massive weight off your shoulders.
Well, I think the pressure's off because he just showed now he's back to his best, and it doesn't matter where he sits next week. You know, hopefully he'll get a decent draw. We've got Western Australians have got to give us a break somewhere.
The bar's been raised, hasn't it? Joe Fest was awesome. The Falcon Strike, terrific again. Takanarama's emerged from nowhere. These are no easy heats, these are they?
You know, we didn't think they were easy heats when we come into it. When I looked at the whole series, we just one of the hardest series I think I've seen for a long time. No one said it was going to be easy, and the best horse to win on the final night.
For all the Victorians, go over there and give him a kiss. Give him a big pat. He's done the job tonight, and so have you, Lance. Well done.
Mate, I love him.
There he is, Sam. I just couldn't resist the opportunity to grab Lance for a chat there. The most relieved guy on course. Well, maybe in a photo finish with trainer-driver Graham Watts as well with Takanarama.
Yeah, I guess it even transcends state boundaries, Adam, because I think any harness racing fan would be more than happy that Sokiola is back in the thick of things for the Inter-Dominion. We'll have a look at the vision of Heat 1 very shortly. An updated points score. And the only horse currently in the top 12 now is, well, the only horse that hasn't raced tonight that is in the top 12 is Mr. DG. He's currently sitting on 16 points, so even a last place tonight will still see Mr. DG in the top 12. Of course, that's not what he would want or expect, but going through them, the Falcon Strike is on 29, Nats Nifty and Buck the Odds and Joe Fest 24, Faking at 23, Flashing Red 21, Takanarama 20, Peggy Dale 19, Sokiola 19, Selby Bromack 18, Blue Galleon 17 and Mr. DG 16. 2 heats so far tonight. Was a rank